perfect. I'm about to go and organize now.
Cleon, you have to turn the camera the next one. I'm not hearing you. Your mic muted.
Yeah, on mine it's looking kind of weird.
We looking like
You look at me.
horizontal. Okay. See? Alright, cool. Bye. Sorry. We have to turn. No, they have the live going
So, all right, everybody. Okay, voilà.
Thanks for the links. I'm logged in right now, monitoring it from my end. I'll keep you posted. The music sung in relatively fine. So I'll go and up my volume a little bit and I'll tell you. Singing good so far, so good. Loving it, loving it. Nice. Nice. I kid you not, this panting at the beginning is so wonderful.
Hey, buddy.
Cleon. Cleon. Your sleep is good now?
I like your glasses.
Thanks.
Right after the prayer. See, all right, so Nicolene there. So after Nicolene prayers, I'll just introduce you, all right?
Somebody tell me how to what my responsibility is. What doing?
You just had to look nice.
That's normal. That's natural.
Welcome everybody who's hearing me. Welcome, welcome. We are going to start soon. We are going to start soon. All right. We are practicing social distancing, as you can see. This is Amarad. She's actually not really here. A hologram. Yep. Okay. Good day, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here so early. Hearing something? Ah, Uncle Bill is here. Very nice, Uncle Bill. Lovely. So everyone is here. We want to start with a prayer first, but before we do the prayer, what of us here? So the first 5 people who came, you all will be getting a prize. See me after. The first 5 people to log in, you all will be getting a prize, okay? So firstly, we'll have a prayer by one of our AY secretaries, hardworking Nicolene Millet. So Nicolene, you can unmute your mic and you can pray. Pray attention everywhere.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll now invite God's presence into this service. Heavenly Father, I thank you for bringing everyone here who is here right now. I pray that others who are to come, that they will come here quickly. And Lord, I pray that you will bless the proceedings, all that have to present, that you will be with them and guide them through it. And I pray that after this service, we will all take away something sacred and share it with others. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. All right. So at this point, we are going to have the Thompson family. I see they are all well dressed and placed there. So we are going to have song service now by the Thompson family. You all take it away. So mute your mics and sing along with them. Thompson family. Amen. Thank you so much to the Thompson family. Appreciate you all so much. Don't they look lovely? Well done, guys. So we just go straight into the welcome. All right. So y'all sang enough, and we loved you all so much that you all practically did the opening song first. All right. thank you so much. All right. So now, but before we continue, I want everyone to mute their mics if it's not muted already. All right, so we are going to have the welcome now by Ashley Burrows. Let's wait until she comes online. Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, happy Sabbath, everyone. So I'm here to welcome you guys to Self-Care Saturday. We are really glad that you guys could join us. So we have about 45 persons on here, and we also want to welcome persons who are watching on YouTube. Those who are in Trinidad, we have persons tuning in from Canada. Not sure where else, but welcome. Yes, we see some waves. So now at this point, I'd like everyone to turn on their cameras. Turn on your cameras, because we'd like to see everyone. Just give a wave to everyone and say happy Sabbath, everyone. I'm seeing 1 or 2 waves.
Sabbath, everyone.
Okay, awesome. And now, still seeing some videos off, but that's okay. And now I'd like everyone to give themselves a big hug like this, right? Amen. So let's love ourselves and have some self-care Saturday today. So welcome, guys, and enjoy.
Thank you.
All right. Well done. All right, so y'all can mute your mics now. All right, thank you so much, Ashley, for taking time out your busy day to come and welcome us. All right. So I want to just go straight into the A motto and pledge before we continue. You can stay where you are. It's okay. You don't need to stand. All right. So let's go. The AY aim after 4, 3, 4. The Advent message to all the world in my generation. All right, let's go with the motto. After 4, 3, 4. The love of Christ compels me. Lovely. We're going to do the AY pledge now. Present arm. Is he right? Okay. After 4, 3, 4. Loving the Lord Jesus, I promise to take an active part in the youth ministry of the church, doing what I can to help others, and to finish the work of the gospel in all the world. All right, I saw a lot of, order arms. I apologize. All right, I heard a lot of you all saying it in my mind, and I know that we are learning it. I wasn't really watching it. I was just making sure I know that, making sure I was saying the right words. Okay, so Ashley already welcomed you all, but I want to welcome you all to the program itself. All right, so it's called, no, you did a wonderful job. It's called Self-Care Saturday. All right, so what do we mean when we say self-care? What do we really mean? All right, some people think, well, self-care is probably, taking care of yourself, but what does that really entail? Some people may think it's a little too vain to take care of yourself, maybe too much, maybe manicure, pedicure, even lying down to the, by the beach, or sometimes we may want to actually wash our hair. I mean, we should be washing our hair regularly, so that shouldn't really be a special thing. But, there are different things that we do to take care of ourselves, all right? So really and truly, who made us? God made us. So he will be able to tell us how to take care of ourselves. So today we'll be going through different tips from people like you, for you. Many times when we have too many, I guess, professionals, we may think, well, I might be able to do it like that person because, I mean, it's just me. So I really ask people, it's not I'm downplaying their value in life, But I asked people who I think that people would be like, all right, if she could do it, maybe I can do it too. So I asked people to help me out today, and they will be showing us different tips of how we can really take care of ourselves and how we can be more in tune. Because once we feel good and we take care of ourselves, we are able to share with others more comfortably. All right, so we'll be able to give Bible study because we feel good and we smell good and we look good. All right, right now in quarantine, some of us may be looking, I guess, too good, but really and truly, I'm trying to do my Uncle Bill impression here with my beard, but it's not working out as yet. So I need to speak with him to find out exactly how to make that happen. All right. But it will happen in due time. No worries at all. All right. So today we'll be going through different tips. All right. I want you all to stay tuned because at the end we have something very special. Someone will be cooking something and we need you all to pay attention so you'll be able to cook it as well. All right. And maybe you may even win a free meal. Maybe, who knows? All right. So we need you all to stay on. We won't be going too long. You know how these things go. By 6:15, 6:30, we should be wrapping up. So I really want you all to stay on and really experience what we'll be experiencing today. All right. So welcome everyone again who maybe just came on. All right. We had Ashley do the welcome. We had Nicolene pray and we had the Thompson family do song service. All right. So now moving on, we are going to have our first presenter do the tip for us today. All right. So her name is Nakisha Millet, and she is an AY leader. Now let me tell you something about Nakisha Millet. Nakisha Millet is a very hard worker. Amen? Amen. She is a very hard worker. All right. So she's going to give us some tips on some, well, she'll tell you what it is. All right. She'll tell you what it is. So Nakisha, if you are there, it's on to you now.
Hey, happy Sabbath, everyone.
Happy Sabbath.
So I was asked to just give some tips on home remedies. Which and the home remedies I chose were ones that would help boost your immune system. You know, we live in the time where deadly virus is really making its way through the world, and we know that some of the things that we can do besides washing our hands and staying indoors is also to boost our immune system so that, you know, in the event of anything, our bodies can fight them off, right? So I'm going to attempt to share my screen. Just give me for somebody else to share, so I can't share. But okay. Basically, make two simple home remedies that you can use in your home. So it boosts your immune system, right? So the first one is something called dry cough candies, and I'll just share the ingredients with you all. It contains 1 cup of sugar, a half cup of water, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a half teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, right? So explain why all of these ingredients were included in a little list, but basically combining all of these ingredients and allowing it to simmer until the mixture is dark and syrupy. Then you will take the syrup and pour small amounts onto parchment paper. Allow that to cool, and then
one moment, Nakisha? Nakisha? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, you could try to share your screen now. Try and share your screen so maybe we can see.
Okay, all right. 1 second.
Try and share and you can continue. Sorry about that.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, so for those who probably just coming in, we're just waiting for Nikisha to share her screen. Nikisha, get into. Nikisha, maybe she left. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So we will get her back soon.
Yeah, she dropped
I think maybe when she was trying to share, maybe something happened there. All right, so let me just, so while we wait on her, yes, I'm seeing the messages. All right, so while we wait on her, basically Nikisha will be sharing home remedies with us. All right, so I believe that she was going through some home remedies, but she had some information that she wanted to share through the screen sharing. So some of the ingredients and stuff. So she was in the process of that while she got kicked out. All right, so I think she just came back. So Nikisha, could you hear me?
Hello? Yes.
Yes. All right. So when you're ready to share, sure. So you could probably just recap a little what you said before.
I was just saying, you're seeing anything? No.
Yes, we can see you now.
Yes, we can see.
Right. Hopefully you all could see. I don't know because I can't see too. But basically you're combining all the ingredients that I would have mentioned before, which I'm now sharing on the screen. You're allowing them to become a syrup, putting the syrup onto parchment paper, letting that cool, and then for decorative purposes, you'll just put the cooled candies in a bag and just put a little bit of ice and sugar just to give it a better effect, right? So this is the result after all of that work. And it works better if the candies are individually packaged. So the other tip I had was a recipe for cough syrup. So the ingredients are as on the screen. 2 cups of water, fresh thyme, a half cup of ground ginger, 1 cup of honey, 1 lemon, and an 1/8 teaspoon of ground cayenne pepper, right? Again, combining the water, thyme, and chopped ginger into a pot and allow it to simmer, right? You allow that mixture to cool until it's warm and then strain the mixture. And then you will whisk in the honey, lemon juice, and cayenne. And the reason why these ingredients were used, I'll just briefly give the benefits of each one. So thyme is an anti-inflammatory, has anti-inflammatory properties, sorry, and it also has disinfecting properties. Ginger is an expectorant, which basically means that it helps to loosen mucus and break it down. It's also anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, and it's good at boosting the immune system. Cayenne pepper contains an ingredient called capsaicin, which helps to relieve pain by suppressing a chemical that carries pain to the pain receptors, to the pain centers, sorry, in the brain, right? And lemon is rich in vitamin C, which helps to boost the immune system, and it also has antibacterial properties. Cloves, which were part of the recipe that I first mentioned, that is high in antioxidants, and it also again has anti-inflammatory properties. And cinnamon has anti-inflammatory properties and is also high in antioxidants. So these are just some things that we can have in our homes in the event of any illnesses. And it's also good to use if you are not ill, just to help boost your immune system so that when you do become sick, because sickness is inevitable, that your body is able to withstand it and able to get over the infection quickly. So that's just my quick presentation on some home remedies that we can all use in our homes just to help boost our immunity and yes, stay healthy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nakisha Millet. All right, so I hope you all were taking notes. If you are not, we will try to get the information. Well, it's on YouTube for you to watch later. All right, we are also streaming on YouTube for those who don't know, so that you all will be able to see this information at a later date. But if you want to go now and get a pen, because there'll be further stuff, or a pocketbook or whatever you write stuff on, you can get that now because we have a few more presentations. All right, so thank you once again, Nakisha, for that lovely health tip there. Yeah, man, it's a lovely health tip. We appreciate that. All right, so that's the first step we are taking in our self-care. All right, so moving on, now we are going to have special music by the Diet Family. All right, so Diet Family, take it away.
Happy Sabbath, everyone. Good afternoon. So before we can understand and realize how we are to love and care for ourselves, we must first appreciate and really understand the love of God. The love of God is greater far than tongue or pen can never tell. Beyond the highest star and reaches to the lowest hell. The guilty pair bow down in care. God gave His Son to win His errant child.
It sort of felt like if they had some people in the background singing with them. It sounded like a lot more than 2. Wow. Well done to, we call her Yana, but what is her real name? I am not sure. I think it's Yana, Anna Keela. Thank you so much for that lovely special music. Truly, truly appreciate it. All right, so moving swiftly along. So firstly, we dealt with home remedies. All right, we are now going to move on to a lovely topic that is going to interest a lot of y'all, hopefully. All right, we're going to move on to our lovely Leoy Edmond, all right? And she's going to show us, she's going to give us some tips, some hair care tips. So on to you, Leoy.
All right, happy Sabbath, everyone. And I hope that you guys are having a good day and enjoying the program thus far. Now, for my first disclaimer, I am in no way a cosmetologist or a hairstylist or anything like that. So I thought it was a little bit interesting that Cleon asked me, but I guess just trying to be able to connect with other persons who, like yourself, just kind of trying to get it right and grow our tresses is interesting to be here. So just in terms of some tips for hair care, I decided not to do like a presentation or go online to look for a whole bunch of things, but really go through what I do personally and what works for me and what don't. It's important to know that everyone have different types of hair based on your genetics and that kind of thing. So we would all have different experiences, but I think in terms of the first part of my presentation, it should be able to apply to anyone of any hair texture, of any ethnicity, right? So the first and foremost thing for hair care, you want to look at your nutrition. You want to be able to get in your recommended doses of water for each day. And we know that's about 6 to 8 glasses of water. For us women, it is so important that we try to get in a lot more. Our hormones tend to tip the balance with regards to what's happening inside of us, and all of those things affect our hair. So if it is we can drink as much water as possible on a daily basis, that would really help with our hair and just in terms of helping us with moisture and that kind of thing from internally. A lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on buying products to assist with the external tresses, but a lot of the health for your hair happens inside, right? So you want to also look at what you eat in terms of having a lot of fruits and vegetables, which is pretty good for your hair loves it, as well as good fats such as avocado, coconuts, and nuts. So if it is you are a person who do not like vegetables at all, but you're looking to grow out your hair or transition or just experience healthy hair, I would advise that you adjust your diet a lot, and you should see some really good progress with your hair. So another thing that we need to look at, which is also internal, and it doesn't really matter what type of hair you have, is your mental health. I remember for me, when I was doing my master's program, my hair went through hell. And that's simply because I was in school for 17 hours a day, wasn't sleeping as much, and you just stressed out for exams and that kind of thing. And for a lot of us, we know that when it is this exam period and that kind of thing, if it is we don't have our hair in a protective style, or we probably just throw it up in one all the time, we tend to see a lot of breakage. So it's important that we try to keep our stress to a minimum, that we try to rest, get our daily doses of rest. As Seventh-day Adventist Christians, we believe in the New Start principle, and this type of lifestyle will help us a lot in terms of growing our hair, and not necessarily just about length, but keeping it healthy, right? So I think that people who tend to be a little bit stress-free and have a peace of mind and rest well, they tend to have less stress on their hair and on their bodies, and experience a more healthy tresses main experience, right? Another thing that you would want to do is exercise. So we would think that, you know, exercise is just for physical and other things internally, and you don't necessarily see the connect between your hair and exercise. But that opening of your pores, that regulation of your blood flow, of your body just functioning well is important, and exercise helps us to do that, and it helps your hair, right? So once it is your insides and your body is experiencing health, it will show. It shows on your face and your skin, which the other presenter would also highlight, but it also helps with your hair. So try to exercise at least 3 times a day. I know that all of us are in quarantine. Well, not all of us, some of us are essential workers. Thank you to you guys. So if you have steps, try walking up and down your steps for 30 minutes. If it is you are inside and you don't like strenuous workout, one thing I do is put on some music and dance. And that gets your blood flowing and pumping and that kind of thing. And that could be used as exercise as well. For those of us who are open to home workouts, we can go to Pinterest, we can go to YouTube, and there are like 30 minutes.
Right, that is what he means.
Even 20 minutes where we can come up with a home exercise routine, and you don't necessarily need any heavy equipment. Once you have your buddy, some shorts and a t-shirt, you're good to go. Jumping jacks, mountain climbers, anything like that, you should be pretty good with regards to an exercise routine, and that would help your body, and ultimately it will help your tresses. Right, so that will apply to everyone. And so I would admonish us all to take care of our bodies, and it will show in our skin, in our hair, and in our attitudes, right? So specifically to hair. Now, my hair type is 4C. I know that we have many different types of hair, ranging from 2A and even from before that, straight down to 4C. And we know that it have, well, we probably know, or we probably don't know, that it have like different ways that your hair responds based on your hair type. So one thing that I would advise us to do today is try to get hair education. Basic things, what's your hair type? Right, so it ranges from 1A, and it have 1A, B, C, and then straight down to 4, right? So find out what is your hair type, because when you are looking to purchase products, the design of the products tend to fit better with certain hair types versus others. So I would suggest that you find out what is your hair type. Secondly, what is your porosity? Now, there is a simple way to figure out what level of porosity you have for your hair. You can take a cup of water and probably fill the cup at about half, and you put water in it. Take out a strand from your hair, hopefully is when it is your hair is clean, and you drop the hair strand in the water. If your hair quickly goes down to the bottom of the cup, you have high porosity hair. If it stays or it floats in the middle, you generally have medium porosity hair. And then if it stays on top of the water surface, you have low porosity hair. Now, you're probably wondering why knowing about your porosity is important, or what does it even matter? And for guys, it's just like, what is she even saying? So let me just focus on the females for right now, right? You want to know what your porosity is, because it will make your regimen, or how it is you take care of your hair on a daily basis, much easier. So for me, I have low porosity hair, which simply means that my hair lacks moisture a lot. So I need to always keep it moisturized, as well as I cannot use heavy oils on my hair because it will just sit down on my tresses, right? So what it is I need to use is a lot of water, a lot of lightweight oils such as argan oil and avocado oil and even coconut oil. I do not use shea butter oil, well, shea oil as much because it's a heavier oil, and that kind of thing. So if you know what porosity or what type of hair you have, then you'll be able to say, okay, well, this product will work better for me versus that product. Or you would wonder, why am I having flakes at the end of my hair? Or why is my scalp always dirty? Or why I'm having dandruff? And for guys, because you guys get dandruff a lot, this would also help for you to know, okay, well, what type of hair that I have, so I could know what type of shampoo and conditioner to buy for those of you who shampoo and condition your hair, and even what type of products, because as much as you all like to say that we are divas, guys use products too. You'll use gels and different things to, you know, get those waves in. We see you, Cleon, we know that those waves don't come naturally. So let's just all be honest, right? So, I mean, Mark actually have like a bandana, sorry to sell out anybody's secrets, but he have a bandana that he just puts on his hair for like about 15 minutes before he leaves home in the mornings. Cleon, I know you do the same, most men do the same, it's fine. We know you do it, it's okay, right? So knowing what type of hair you have will help you in terms of being able to treat your hair better and buy the right products that is for you. So something else for women who have thick hair or long hair is detangling methods that would help. One of the things in terms of length retention and just growing out your hair is that your hair tends to break for different reasons. You could either be using a lot of heat, you could be using a lot of chemicals in your hair, or you could be manipulating it or combing it a lot, and those kind of things tend to break your tresses. For those of us who have 4C and 4B hair, we know that because our hair is very coily, it takes a longer time for moisture to get to the ends, and when it's not moisturized, the ends tends to break off. So just trying to understand what methods are best for detangling, whether you could just use your hands or a big teeth comb, or you need to use like certain moisturizers and that kind of thing, whether it's better to detangle the hair while it's wet or versus while it's dry. Like I said before, depending on your hair and your hair type, you would have different routines that would fit you better. So it's best to know yourself. So another question that you would want to know or educate yourself on is how long does your hair retain moisture? Should you wet your hair every day or every 3 days? Do you need to wash it every 3 days or every week or every 2 weeks? It really will depend on your type of hair texture. So just kind of sit with yourself a little bit, play with your hair, not with your hands too much, but just try to understand your hair a lot. A lot of times we tend to look at social media, Instagram, and all of those kind of things and wish or hope that we had somebody else types of hair, because we tend to say, you know, this is good hair and that's bad hair. I would like to say that I don't believe in that. Your hair is your hair and your hair is good hair. You just need to take care of it, and these are some ideas to help you to do so. Know how your hair reacts to chemicals. I know that we are in a period or era right now where natural hair is the end of things. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I have natural hair, but I am somebody who actually like chemicals. I like color and I love relaxer, but I do understand the benefits of having natural hair and using natural products, and just in terms of how good it is for your health. So if it is you are on that particular journey, kudos to you. However, if it is for whatever reason, just in terms of convenience, or you prefer to have chemically treated hair, that to me, that is my personal opinion, it is okay. And you can take care of your hair as well. Some of these tips could be used with straight hair, relaxed hair, chemically colored hair, and that kind of thing. As well as the last thing would be to your scalp, right? Now, for some of us, we have a lot of buildup in our scalp and it happens really quickly. And we work with not trying to shampoo our hair too regularly, because that could dry out and pull out all the natural oils from our hair. So it's important to know your scalp, know what products react. So if it is you use plenty oils, if it's going to have a lot of buildup and it makes your hair scratch and you feel the need to be hitting it all the time, which is not really good for us, to know how to clean it. If it is you do not want to wash your hair, or you cannot for whatever reason, because we know that wash day could take between 4 to 6 hours, depending on the type of hair that we have, I would suggest that you get a cloth, a cotton cloth, and you can put some conditioner on it or some water or even a little bit of shampoo and pass it through. So part your hair and pass it through your scalp, and that would give you some ease. And additionally, an oil that helps in terms of scalp itching is either tea tree oil or peppermint oil. I personally like peppermint oil. It smells better, it feels better, and it is just my preference. So in terms of hygiene and maintenance, interesting. I would say try to condition your hair at least once a week. Yes, that's what is the right thing to do. I'm not saying that I do it all the time, but try to condition your hair once a week. Try to wash your hair at least once a month, but you would know. For some of us, if it is our hair gets dirty really quickly, if your scalp is itching you a lot and it happens really quickly, I would say to shampoo as often that you feel the need to. What you don't want to do is not clean your hair at all and walk into a maxi or walk outside and then you have funky smelling hair. As women and even as men, I don't think that is good. Hygiene is always important. How we smell, how we carry ourselves are very important. So just being conscious of how much product you have in your hair and how it smells after a period of time is important to know, okay, it's time to give my hair a wash and a condition. So I would suggest that you try to at least condition it once a week. And if it is, you can shampoo twice a month or once a month based on your type of hairstyle and your hair type. So another suggestion would be to replace your shampoo with a natural material such as bentonite clay. So this is a tip for those of us who don't know about it. You can use bentonite clay as well as you mix it with apple cider vinegar and water, and that could act as a shampoo. It cleans your hair really, really clean and well, but it also acts as like a moisturizing agent because it doesn't strip your hair and leave it dry. It also allows your hair to develop its natural curl pattern for those of us who care about that, and is a pretty good option. So for your mothers or your sisters or your girlfriends and that kind of thing, invest in some bentonite clay is really nice. It's inexpensive and it helps, and you could use it as opposed to shampoo. So not all products that we have in the market works, and I don't think that we all need to buy every product to see what would work for us. I think having a good education of our own tresses will help us to know, okay, well, it doesn't make sense to buy this product because it's too heavy, or I should purchase this product because it will work better for my hair based on the oils and that kind of thing. So those are my general tips. Another thing would be to be patient with your hair if you are on a group journey, and don't stress out about what you see in others, how you're seeing others' hair coming along. Be patient with your hair and love your own hair and learn to become one, with yourself. I know some persons so like, for example, I use braids or sometimes Rasta locks, and that's so that I wouldn't have to be combing my hair all the time. I have a lot of hair on my head, as you can see, and my head is not small, as you can also see. So it's important to also have some fallback plans. So when I put my hair in locks, it stays that way for about 2 months. I wash it in between just to make sure that my scalp is clean. But generally, that's a protective style that helps in terms of growing my hair as well as keeping it together. So that will be it. I'm not sure if anybody have questions. I think my time is up.
Yeah, all right.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have a few questions. So you could probably choose 2 because you don't really have these things work with time, but yes, you could probably.
Okay, just now. All right, so I could just try to probably go through them quick because I can't really see which ones to go through, right? Lack of sunlight affect hair, especially during the lockdown period. So in terms of sunlight, generally, your body needs sunlight as much as you could get, probably like about 30 minutes daily. So even though we are on lockdown, you can still take a walk around your house and position yourself in a way that some rays of sunlight can hit you and it will hit your hair. So it will hit your entire body and you could get that vitamin D, right? So I would say probably try to do it on the mornings at 7 o'clock. Granted that I know that is me thinking wishful because most of us are no longer getting out of our beds until like 9 and 10 o'clock in the day. But if you could get up like around 7:15, like 6:45 until 7:30 and just go outside and get a little bit of sunlight, that would be great so that your hair could get that vitamin D. Person wearing face mask visit, I don't think that question is for me. Volume, still press, right. The thing about when it is you put here's my thing with stuff like silk press, blowouts, and just using irons as well as dyeing. As much as we love it because it looks great and it gives us like a different kind of expression, because that's what hair is to us a lot of times, it have a damaging effect, is a side effect. So if you are willing to risk losing hair length and hair volume, then by all means, color up, press out, you know, that kind of thing. But just know that you would need a lot more love. You would have to do a lot more to take care of your hair when it is you do things that are not necessarily natural to it.
All right. I think, yeah. And imagine she said she was wondering why I asked her to do this. Wow. So I am seeing that maybe during the week, we could probably have little breakout sessions, because you seem like you have all the answers, Leroy. As some people said, they will be contacting you. I will not put out your number there, but maybe they may reach out to me. Maybe we can see if we could start some Adventist Pennywise store or something where we can have, you know, some of these tips and products so that, you know, maybe it won't be so expensive.
I just have one thing that I want to say that I always wanted to say. Thank you for signing on to my YouTube video, guys. If it is you like this video, please hit the like button or subscribe so that we can continue. Thank you. See you next time.
See ya.
Shameless plug for the Maruka SDA Church YouTube page. Cool, fine.
Okay, the views of the preceding and not the views of the Adventist Church. Oh gosh, well done, well done, Lee. We really appreciate that. All right, so moving on quickly, we will move on to Skin Care by Alea Williams. All right, Alea, put on your mic and it's off to you. Lee, you are muted. Yes, so everything that you said before, you have to
Alea, I'm not hearing you.
So you need to click the button there where you will be able. Don't know how much buttons you have, Lee, but oh, you just poked us in your eye. Okay. So we'll wait on Alea to come back in. She left. All right, so she'll be dealing with skincare. So when she comes back in, we will do straight. Okay, I think she's back now. Alea?
She's here, but I still can't hear her though.
Talk, Alea. I don't know if it's a problem with your mic. So what you can do, we will see if we could work on it, right? All right, so I'll probably maybe Ife message you and see how we can alleviate the situation. All right, so we will move on right now. We'll move on to Khalees King. Are you there, Khalees?
Yes.
All right, so we'll get back to, oh, and your name is spelled correctly. All right. All right, so take it away.
Okay, so I'll be focusing on voice tips and whether or not you can sing, and if you have the ability to speak, there's a possibility with vocal training, you will be able to sing well, right? And unlike other instruments like the violin or maybe piano, our voice is connected to our body. So how you treat your body is how you treat your voice. And these tips could be applicable to just general use of your voice, for example, just talking, meetings, etc. And well, for the singers in the meeting. So first step I'll be focusing on is water. Basically, everybody needs water. People say 8
classes per day, but I feel like it depends based on your weight and your height, your age, etc. So you should figure that out for yourself. There are apps that you could use to figure it out. And lack of water causes dehydration for the body in general and well for your vocal pipes, right? So we don't want cracked voices and stuff when singing, even speaking, giving presentations. So you need to drink lots of water, people. Number 2, warming up. Just like athletes or anybody in general, you don't just roll off your bed and do things. So an athlete wouldn't just roll off his bed and lift weights. We shouldn't just roll off our beds and utilize our voices like that. You should warm up. And to warm up, you could do simple breathing exercises. For example, breathing in and out for about 30 seconds. And then you do voice exercises. So scales like la, 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 like that. Number 3, vocal rest. Everybody needs rest. God actually gave us a day to rest. So your voice should also be rested. And this is resting in it doesn't mean just talking softly. This is no whispering, no shouting, no laughing, nothing like that. So once you find that your voice has been strained, example, the day after sports day where everybody's get hoarse and things like that, you need to rest your voice. Please don't speak the day after sports day. It's unhealthy to strain your voice on either ends, whispering and shouting. Number 4, get enough rest, which is actual rest in terms of sleeping. So although I know some people don't really use the Sabbath to just sleep, we should take into consideration that we need 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours in sleep. We have exams, we have jobs, etc. So sometimes that mightn't be possible every day, but we really need to get a good amount of rest every single night almost. Number 5, watch what you eat. I cannot stress this enough. Alcohol, smoking, and caffeine is very bad for your voice, whether singing or talking. They all dehydrate your voice and it will damage it over a period of time. Of course, we know that smoking causes cancer of the lungs and also of the throat. Drink lots of water. If you feel that you need to utilize your voice in any way, example, presentations or singing, you should drink honey, I think, and lime to soothe your voice. Also mouthwashes that contain alcohol, kind of bad for your voice as well. So you should probably go look in the bathroom right now after this to check if your mouthwash has alcohol in it. So that is the majority of the tips. Remember that your voice is part of your body. So however you treat your body, that is how it will impact your voice. I want to end off with Bible text, Ephesians 5:19. Speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, sing and make music from your heart to the Lord. So thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel, like and subscribe. And catch me back next week, right here.
Thank you so much. You see what Leroy start? Thank you so much. Well done. I really have to check to see if I have any alcohol-based mouthwash, or if I have mouthwash at all. All right. So thank you so much, Kelis, with an E. I always thought Kelis was an A. I apologize. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that. Welcome everyone again who is here. If you just came in, we are dealing with self-care tips. So I'm seeing someone came in. Okay. So right now, we'll be moving on to our language corner. We're moving on to our language corner before we go into our layer, all right? So moving on to our language corner with Jada Douglas. Go ahead, Jada.
Okay, everybody hearing me? Okay.
Yes.
Oi, gente, boa tarde. Hoje vamos aprender uma frase em português. Nessa frase tem 5 palavras, assim vamos tentar dizer a frase. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sabbath. So today we are going to learn a phrase in Portuguese. So we are no longer doing Spanish, we are doing Portuguese now. So don't discard what you learn in Spanish, but at the same time, discard what you learn in Spanish so that you don't mix up the two. And the phrase we are going to learn today is 5 words long. So, eu vou dizê-lo e depois vocês podem tentar dizê-lo. So I'm going to say it and then you can try to say it and repeat after me. So before I start, I'll say the phrase. And the phrase is, Deus nunca vai te abandonar. And that means God will never forsake you, or it means God will never abandon you or leave you. Anything along that line. So we will take the first 2 words and we'll move from there. So the first 2 words are Deus, Deus. Well, that's actually the first word. Deus, Deus nunca, Deus nunca. I'll say it again. Deus nunca. And well, you can say it with me now. Deus nunca, Deus nunca. And the next 2 words are vai te, vai te. I'll say it again. Vai te, vai te. You can say it with me. Vai te, vai te. So from the top, Deus nunca vai te, Deus nunca vai te. And the last word, I'll break it up into 3 parts. Abandonar, abandonar, abandonar. So from the top, for those of you all who know Spanish, it might sound similar to it, but try to ignore the Spanish in your head because it's not the same thing. So, Deus nunca vai te abandonar. I'll say it again. Deus nunca vai te abandonar. I'll say it again. Deus nunca vai te abandonar. So if I could have 1 or 2 volunteers to say it, just so I can see if we have the gist.
I'll say it. Deus nunca vai te abandonar.
Tudo bem, that's correct. Yay. Anyone else? No one else?
I can try.
Okay.
Deus nunca vai te abandonar.
Nah. Try that again. Try that again.
I can try.
Okay. Is she?
Savion, you want to try it one more time?
Deus nunca vai te abandonar.
Well, that's a good attempt. Just one thing, abandona and
abandona.
Yeah, abandona, and everything else is fine. Okay, thank you, everybody. Bye.
All right. So Jada, what you can do, if you can write it in the comment in the chat, so people can see what it looks like as. If you could write it there, so people could actually.
No problem. But when I write it, please don't try to read it how it looks, because yeah, you'll get tired.
Okay, so probably all right. So that as well. So you could probably go on YouTube as well, where this is being on YouTube, and you'll be able to hear it. All right, after this, of course. All right. Okay. So we will be going. We'll be going with Alea now. All right, Alea Williams. All right, she'll be doing skincare. All right, on to you, Alea.
Okay, hello everyone. I apologize for what just happened. The devil was fighting me, but I'm back and better. Amen. Okay, so today I'm going to be speaking about skincare, right? Now, there are some important points that you need to take mention of so that going forward, you won't get too frustrated with your skin, right? So the first thing that you need to do is to know your skin type. Now, there are 5 different skin types. There's normal, there's dry. So with the dry skin, you might find that usually your skin looks like it's about to flake or is peeling very easily. There's the oily skin type, which I have. So, you know, by the time it's midday, I could fry bake with my oil from the skin, from the oil of my skin, because it's so oily. Then there's combination skin, where it is like sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's oily, depends. And then there's sensitive skin. Now, sensitive skin, you would find that you break out pretty easily, or they're actually persons who can't go out in the sun for too long because they tend to break out, they get rashes and whatnot, right? So that's the first thing that you need to know. Now, the second thing is that you have to be patient with your skin and be careful with some of the YouTube influencers that you're watching or some of the information that you're reading. Because if you don't know your skin type and then you go and you watch and put somebody with oily skin and you have dry skin and using the products that they're using and they don't work, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to be very upset, stress out yourself and break out and get acne, which is basically contradicting the whole purpose of it, right? The next thing you need to understand is that you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. Especially with women, you might notice that usually around your menstruation cycle, you might start to break out a little bit, and that is perfectly normal. Don't get upset. Don't try to burst the buttons or the pimples. Just leave them there and let them go away naturally, okay? So this is an example I like to give anytime people ask about like, what you do with your skin, or how come your skin's so smooth or whatever, right? Now, think about a very dirty room, okay? Like really dirty clothes all over, like you have food from since the last week, that kind of dirty. And then let's say your parent comes in and tells you to go and clean your room. And then you take Febreze or Lysol and you just spray it in the room. Like it's just going to be temporarily, like you're just going to have a nice smell temporarily, but it's still going to be dirty. So that is what happens when you use these products, right? These products work. I am not going to lie to you. Sometimes I use them, I'm not going to lie, but it's temporary. And the damage that it's going to have on your skin is worse than if it is you're just using natural products. So when you look, for instance, with this one, it says charcoal. So my thing is like, if this has charcoal as the main ingredient, why don't I just use charcoal and done? Because the other chemicals that they have, what you can't pronounce, they are going to affect your skin, right? So the other thing is that you need to look at your diet. Now, what I like to say is that if it is you can't ingest it, then you shouldn't use it on your skin, right? That's just one thing. So, for instance, I like to drink a lot of lemon water, turmeric water, a lot of cucumber water, and watermelon. Those help a lot with your skin. They help for your skin to glow, essentially, right? Then you need to exercise. It seems unrelated, but you need to exercise when you go out, especially like early in the morning. You get the vitamin D from the sun, and it just have your blood pumping. It's like mommy and I always going at it, but she making sense at the end of the day, right? The other thing is with makeup. You need to try to use less makeup unless it's like absolutely necessary. You know, like nowadays you can't tell females don't use makeup because like everybody feels like you have to. But to me, it's like, okay, a special occasion, you have a wedding, you have your graduation, put on your makeup. But if it is you're going to church, I mean, not necessary. Do your brows if you want, okay. But outside of that, like when it is you put the foundation and stuff on your skin, it clogs your pores. And then a lot of us sometimes when it is you're taking off the makeup, you don't take it off properly. So you go to bed and you still have makeup in the pores, right? And your pores need to breathe, right? How does gifts? Yes, actually, I'm ignoring that question, right? The other thing is that you need to be careful with the soap you're using on your skin. The soap using for the rest of your body could be really harsh on your skin, get irritated. So I actually try not to use soap anymore, right? Another thing I tried not doing was to stop using cream. So I would use like oils, meaning it's nice when I wake up the next morning, my skin looks moisturized, right? I only did that for about a month, but if you could stick with it, you'd really see the difference in your skin, like oils or shea butter, right? The next thing is that you need to know that different products have different purposes, right? This is what I mean. So somebody might come and say, I want to get rid of marks on my skin. And then somebody say, well, you know, it's use coconut oil. Coconut oil is real work. But the purpose of coconut oil might not necessarily be to remove marks on your skin. It might be to smoothen your skin, help you to get rid of wrinkles and whatnot. So if it is you want to get rid of like dark marks and acne, I would suggest that you use stuff like vitamin E oil or shea butter. And a tip for this is that you should do spot treatment, meaning that you apply the product on the spots themselves, allow them to fade a bit, and then you apply it on your whole skin. Because when it is you apply, let's say the shea butter on your whole skin, you might find that the rest of your face getting lighter and the marks are like still there. And you don't want your face to look lighter with these dark marks like highlighted. So put it on these spots first at night, and then about 2 weeks after, then you start to apply it to your whole face so that it will be equally distributed. You have like an even skin tone. All right. My next thing, use natural products. As I said before, that helps a lot, right? So what I'm going to show you how to do, my tip today is called exfoliation. Exfoliate and moisturize, right? So I have two types that I'm going to show you. The first one is with baking soda, sorry. You add a little bit of water, pipe water. You don't need any like Fiji water or any of those things. Water is water, right? And you mix it into a paste. Then you add lemon, preferably. Only have like one lime, right? And then you're going to see the fruit. You probably can't see because of the glare, right? And then you take the lemon and then you apply it on your face, okay? Now, exfoliation is good because it helps to remove the dark marks from on your skin. Sorry, it helps to remove the dead cells from on your skin. So you need to exfoliate first before you moisturize because it doesn't make sense to put moisturizer on dead skin, okay? So usually it's supposed to be a little more pasty than this, but I put a little too much water, so oops. But yeah, you're supposed to see the baking soda on your face, right? And you leave that to dry. The other one I'm going to show you is the coffee mask, right? Now, coffee and sugar with usually olive oil or coconut oil, but I didn't have that, so I had to use castor oil. The sugar is a little more abrasive than the baking soda, so you need to be careful with how you're applying it to your skin because you don't want to rough up your skin too much and you don't want to cut it up and get abrasions on your skin, right? Now with exfoliation, we only do this about once or twice a week, right? So the first step that you're actually supposed to do is steam your face, right? You would steam your face with hot water, which will help to open the pores, right? When you open your pores, then you apply your exfoliator and you leave it for a while, and then you rinse off with cold water to close your pores, because if you leave your pores open and you go out in the sun, you're basically going to fry your skin, right? So you close back your pores, and when you finish take off the exfoliator, then you add a moisturizer like any sort of oil or shea butter, anything of the sort, right? So I think that's about it today with my skincare tips. I don't know if I'm out of time, but I'm going to look at some of the questions. Okay, just now, let me scroll up a bit. Okay, so somebody mentioned KFC. Now, I'm going to admit to you all that I am fighting. That is a spiritual battle that I'm fighting right now. But I really try to handle it, right? But you need to be careful with things you're eating because fast foods, especially fried stuff, they basically they allow pimples and acne to pop up on your skin very easily, okay? Because they thrive in oily conditions, right? So I'm really trying to work on that. Thank you for pinpointing that. Let me see, any more questions? Hold on. What value can goat milk add to skincare? Let me see. Now, the thing with milk, you could use milk topically, which means like you could apply it directly to your skin, especially mixing it in a turmeric mask with like turmeric, honey, and oats, and even that. So I know it works for your skin, but I know that person like to say that you should stay away from dairy products as best as possible. So I would try to recommend that you stay away from it really and truly. I don't know like how it's going to affect your skin really, but I know that if you apply it on your skin directly, that it usually helps. So that's that. Okay, some of the baking soda in my eye, and I kind of blurred. Hold on. Why are you opening your pores to exfoliate? Sorry. Yeah, you have to open your pores to exfoliate because you want to be able to get rid of the dead skin cells easily. Okay. Is there such a thing as too much exfoliating? Yes, as I said, you could some of these exfoliators like the sugar, they are very abrasive and can end up like cutting up your skin. Or when it is you start rubbing your skin too much, it's going to become very sensitive, right? Does the oil clog your pores? No, the oil doesn't clog your pores because remember, after you finish exfoliating, you wash off your face with cold water, so your pores are closed. So when you apply the moisturizer now, it's not basically going to clog up your pores, right? Are these measures good for sensitive skin though? I might recommend you see a dermatologist because I am not certified, but you need to be very careful because these exfoliators, they might be a little harsh on your skin if it's sensitive, but you need to watch your diet, especially with sensitive skin, right? Usually try to not be in the sun too much, but you need vitamin D, so you need to find a balance, right? How often to change your pillowcases and sheets? Oh, this is a good question. You should at least wash your pillowcases at least once a week, I'm guessing. Yeah, you should. Responsive. on towels. I saw something actually recently where said that you need to wash your towels at least every 3 days because a lot of dead skin cells remain on it. So I found that was interesting. So, you know, sometimes we like to use a towel for the whole week or until the towel to soak. No, apparently you should change it at least every 2 days. And you should be careful with using the towel to dry for the rest of your body and your face, right? Because remember, your face is a little more sensitive than the rest of your body. So you don't want to treat it the same, right? The coffee, it could be any coffee. It really doesn't matter because you're not drinking it because we don't drink coffee as Adventists. So just get any coffee really and truly. It works the same. Yes, you should have a towel for your face. That's very correct. Am I out of time?
All right. Yeah. Well done. Well done, Alea. We thank you so much for that. We know that your eye is burning you because of us, but we appreciate it. All right, we truly appreciate it. Also, some of our sponsors were mentioned in your some of our sponsors were mentioned, so we don't want to bad talk them. But thank you very much, Pennywise, for sponsoring. But I'm joking, Pennywise has nothing to do with this program. All right, so we will be moving quickly along to Danielle is. All right, she sent a video. And we will have her now. She'll be dealing with some first aid tips. She was supposed to be earlier, but she is now. All right, so Danielle is.
Hi, good day. So today we will be looking at first aid care. So part of self-care is health, right? So you would want to ensure that in your home you have a first aid kit. You will ask why. Think about it. At any time, injuries, accidents happen, right? So you want to be able to respond quickly. You'll be the first responder, so having a first aid kit will be very, very necessary. Okay, so what will be in a first aid kit? Let's just keep it simple. You know, you ensure you have your bandages of different sizes, plasters of different sizes. Ensure you have some scissors, tape. You want to also have some cleaning solution. You want to have your sterile gloves, sterile gauze for cleaning any dressings and whatnot. You could also have some Panadol in case of fever. Ensure you have a thermometer as well too. A lot of times people think they have a fever just because they feel warm, but that's not the way to check. You also want to make sure, in case, as I said, Panadol, you want to have any medications for any allergies as well. And you just keep it safe, and you want to ensure that you keep it away from children for obvious reasons. So what we will be focusing on in this little segment will be ankle sprains, something very simple but very common. It happens a lot, especially with boys when they're playing football. You sprain your ankle. So what do you do? Firstly, how we treat any ankle sprains or fractures for that matter, we do the acronym RICE, which stands for R is to rest. You want to ensure that you don't stress on the ankle for obvious reasons. You'll worsen the healing process and slow it down. You want to ensure you have an ice pack, so to help with the swelling, to decrease it. And C is for compression. That is the aspect of where you wrap the bandage around and to help with the swelling also. And E is to elevate the legs. So while resting, you make sure you elevate it about 12 to 18 inches higher than the level of the heart to just help with the swelling. Right, so what we will do, we will focus on the C aspect, which is compression. So I'll just show you a little demonstration of how to do an ankle sprain, or a bandage for ankle sprain. So get your bandage ready and let's go. Okay, most times ankle injury will occur on the lateral area here, which is the lateral malleolus. Right, so that's the outward area. Right. To begin, you make sure the patient's foot is in a neutral position. When I say that, I mean in the toes pointing upward. Okay, so you have your bandage. You want to make sure you have a 50% stretch. Okay, you start right just a little below the toes, right? And you wrap around. You want to ensure that it's not too tight, however, it's not too loose, okay? And make sure that there is no wrinkles within the bandage. So you wrap right around. And what you want to do is make a figure 8 wrap around the heel. Right. Make sure you have no gaps within the bandage. And you go up. And well, you tape the end just to ensure it's secure, right? And the patient is able to move his foot up and down and still. How does that feel? Great, nice. And that's it, basically. Okay guys, so I hope you all paid attention and you learned a lot. So thanks for joining in.
All right. So we want to thank Danielle Ailes. That was another name I used to pronounce bad. I used to say Danielle. Name is Danielle. For all of those who used to say it bad, Danielle. Okay, not Danielle. All right. Thank you so much for that. So much. A lot of us, we have some injuries, so we don't know what we're doing really and truly. So we want to thank you so much for that. All right. So for those who maybe just joined in, it's been a while, maybe about an hour and something now. We're talking about self-care. All right. We are dealing with the body that God gave us. All right. So all of this is very relevant. All right. We need to know how to treat this body that God gave us. He gave it to us. And he left tips for us as well in the Bible, different things to eat, different things to do. And we are here on it, and we are making the best of our time here. So today we were just going through a few tips from people like you, for you. So we went through some hair tips, we went through some skin tips, and all of these things are really, truly sabbatical because we need to be able to treat our bodies right so that we can continue to spread the gospel throughout the world. Amen. All right, so we got some vocal tips earlier, so I am assuming that the next presenter probably went through some of them. So next, we'll be having our dear, wonderful Savion Beckles. Take it away, Savion.
Hi, everyone. Pleasant Sabbath. Right, so I love all the tips that we've been getting about our physical health. Right, these things are important. However, taking care of our mental, spiritual, and physical self is also crucial, especially during this time with this pandemic. It seems to be creating a lot of doubt and fear. However, I'm here to remind you that God is still in control. No matter what you're going through at this time, He's here for you. I hope you are blessed.
You can just check right there.
You may be down and feel like God has somehow forgotten that you are faced with a circumstance that you can get through. And right now we feel there's no way out. You're going under. God has proven time and time again, He'll fix it for you, and He'll do it again. God's gonna do it again. You just take a look at where you are now and where you've been. For heaven, He always will do for you. He's the same God has been. You may not know how, you may not know when, but He'll do it again. God knows the things we're going through, and He knows how we feel. He feels, He knows just how our hearts been broken into. He is the God of the sun, the stars and the sea, and He is the Father. And He'll calm the storm, and He'll find a way to fix it for you. And He'll do it again. Oh, God's gonna do it again. You gotta just take a look at where you are now and where you've been. For heaven, He always comes through for you. He's the same God that can. We may not know how, we may not know when, but He's doing it again. Oh, He's the God, and He's fighting for you. Oh, He's still God, and He will not change. Oh, I know that He's God, and He's fighting for us. Oh, just like Moses, just like Daniel, just like Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, He's doing it again. God's gonna do it again. We gotta just take a look at where you are now and where you've been. For heaven, He always comes through for you. He's the same God has been. You may not know how, you may not know when, but He's doing it again. Oh, you may not know how, and you may not know when. You may not know how, you may not know when. Oh, God, You're gonna do it again.
Amen. Bless your heart, sister. He will do it again. Thank you so much for that. Always love to hear Savion sing. Continue to sing for the Lord, and we love you, Savion. All right? And you can try Portuguese. I say you're sticking to Spanish. No, man. Try it. All right, so I'll keep updating people as we go on. All right, so we did some different tips and we just had a lovely special music. So we'll be moving on to, he's still not here as yet. So we will wait until Micaiah comes back, but we will move on. There's another segment we have to do now. We will go on to Nicolene. Is Nicolene here? We move on to Nicolene with Pathfinder. All right. So we move on to Nicolene and then we will go back to Micaiah. So Nicolene, take it away. Tell your dog to be quiet.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I am going to be doing the Pathfinder section of this program. And for that, I'll be tying a knot. It's called the figure 8 knot. And before I tie the knot, I will just give two simple facts about the knot. It is the basis for more complicated
One moment.
rock
Nicolene?
climbing.
Nicolene, you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure if you're using an external speaker, but I think that it's echoing when you're talking from the external speaker that you are using, or if another phone is right next to it. All right, so we want to hear you clearly. So if you could just probably take it.
Okay.
All right. And you could continue.
Get off.
All right, go ahead.
Right. So is the basis for most rock climbing knots, and we all know what rock climbing is, and it is also used as like alternative to the overhand knot, which is another basic knot. So this knot is really basic. So I will be giving it in terms of steps. So this is the working end and this is the standing end. And those are the terms that I use when you tie knots. And they are pretty self-explanatory. The working end is the end of the rope that is actually doing tying, and the standing end is the opposite. It's just there. So first you'll take the working end and put it over the rope like this. So you'll have like a loop, and then you will take the middle of the loop and turn it away from the working end. So this is the working end, and you're turning the loop away from the working end. And then you'll take the working end and put it through the loop and then pull. And there you have the figure 8 knot. So I will do it twice more. You have the working end, standing point, take the working end, put it over the rope, take the middle of the loop, turn it away from the working end, then you take the working end, put it through the loop, pull, and you're just pulling the working end. So now I'll do it at a normal speed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicolene. Well done. All right, so y'all at home, y'all could try that. Please don't tie up anyone. It's the edifiers, and it's just going to go around time people. All right. Thank you so much, Nicolene, for that. You're going to move quickly along to Makaya Diet, and he's going to teach us about exercise and different tips about the physical aspects. So go ahead.
All right, everyone.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say. Sorry, it's Makaya Diet, aka Mr. Smooth. Go ahead.
All right, everyone. So I'm not any kind of fitness coach or anything like that. I just like to keep fit. So this is just some stuff that I could recommend that you do to stay active, stay fit, keep exercising at home. A little home workout that you could do. Typically, I like to either do upper body or core or legs, each on different days. But for y'all, I'm just gonna give y'all entire body workout you could do at home. Whether you like to exercise in the morning or in the evening, it's up to you. So you must make sure to warm up before you exercise. You don't want to get injured, you don't want to strain your muscles. So make sure to warm up and stretch your muscles before exercise. I don't have any warm-ups you could do right now, but go on YouTube, find warm-ups that you can do, right? So for your upper body, like your arms and stuff, I know a lot of people probably won't have any weights at home. If you do, that's good. If you don't, I'm sure everybody could either has or could get a water bottle. Now the $5 one, this one right here, this big one. You need like 2 of those, 1 for each hand, and you can lift those curls with them, stuff like that to work out your arms, right? You could also do push-ups for those who think they can do push-ups. Those who are not so capable, you could do the variation that they call like ladies push-ups, but it's basically doing push-ups but on your knees, so it's not that strenuous on your arms. So what I like to do, what I find is best, is that when you're working out, you should do it in a circuit. Meaning, say you have 5 different exercises. I'll do demonstrations after. So 5 different exercises that you could do for that day. So if you, I'll show you what this workout is about. So what you'll do is you'll do the exercise, then you'll take a rest, a minute rest, however long you think you need. Then you'll do the other exercise, take a rest, and like that. And it's ideal to do everything twice, right? So that's push-ups. I'm not demonstrating push-ups because y'all should know about push-ups. Then you could do sit-ups. Sit-ups is everybody should know how to do sit-ups. You do it according to how much you think you can do at that point in time. So if you could only do 5 push-ups, just do your 5 push-ups. Once you get something done, that's important. After about a week, you could try to do 6, according to how well you think you could handle it, right? So that was arms, that was core, and you could also do planks. Plank is basically you get in a push-up position and you hold it for however long you think you can hold it for, right? So if you think you can hold it for 10 seconds, hold it for 10 seconds. You could hold it for 30 seconds, hold it for that, right? And remember, it's a circuit, so you do the first exercise, take a rest. Second one, take a rest. Do your plank, take a rest, right? Then you have squats. Everybody knows squats, right? You could do your squats, how much ever you think you could do, and take your rest. Or if you all have bad knees, or think you might be able to do much squats, you could do a wall sit. Basically, I mean, I could demonstrate a wall sit. So hold on. Okay, so basically a wall sit is when you get up beside a wall and you get in a squat position. So like you're sitting on a chair, but it have no chair there, and you just hold it. Just hold it until the camera down. So you get in a position like this, and you hold it for as long as you think you can, right? And remember, all this is part of the circuit. So that'll be the next exercise. So that's your legs, right? So we did arms, core, legs, right? And then there's something called calf raises. I'm going to show you all my calves because I have skinny calves now. So, but basically calf raises is when you get on your toes and you're basically pushing off your toes and into like onto your tiptoes, right? And then you go back down, up. You could do let me do a quick demo. down. So basically, get on your toes. Right. That's a calf raise. Right? Next you could it's good to get in cardio. So if you don't have a jump rope is like a really good cardio you could do at home. But if you don't have a jump rope, you could do jumping jacks. How much do you think you're capable? How much I think you're capable of doing? If you could do 10 jumping jacks, do 10. If you could do 20, do that. And remember, that's all in your first circuit. And it's ideal that you do that twice, right? To make sure to get that workout in. So that's for like younger, more able-bodied individuals. If you are older, meaning like seniors over 60, something like that, then I'll do these demonstrations. But you should also do it in a circuit, so do these exercises right after each other with little rest in between. Do it twice, so you know you could also stay active, right? So the first thing is high knees, right? So it's basically like you're marching. So you get those knees high, raise your knees, right? You could do that for, those are not like to do in sets of like 10 or whatever. You do that for, say, a minute of that. You do those high knees for about a minute. It's more like timed exercises. Then you could do toe touches. That's like when you spread your legs apart a bit, and then you go touch one side, next side, do that for a minute. So it's not as strenuous. Then for your arms, so when you're doing your arms, I'll take questions after. You put your arms out wide, then bring them front, back across, good, good. Back across, down, up, in front, back, down. Do that for about a minute so you can work on your arms. You could also do for your legs shallow squats. So instead of doing the regular deeper squats, you could just do shallower squats. So that way you could get some activity in your legs. And to get that cardio in, you could walk. If you have a street you could walk, just do some walking around your house or anything like that. And you could also just like 5 minutes and 10 minutes, you could do like punches like 5 minutes. So you could build up some sweat, and you could also work your arms out. You could jog on the spot for a minute, those kind of things. But that's for the older folks who may not be able to, do as much movement, as much strenuous activity. Yeah, that's about it. Let me see some of the questions. Hold on. No, ideally, your rest should be minimal. That way you could keep your keep the intensity going, right? So if you do your first exercise, it is ideal that you just rest for about a minute, if so long, and then go to the next exercise. After you finish the entire circuit, like the entire 5 or 6 exercises, it could take about a 5-minute rest before you do it your second time, right? You could I exercise in the evening time, right? the ideal time to exercise is in the morning before the cars get on the road and the air start to get more polluted and so on. But sometimes I don't like to wake up early, so that's why I exercise in the evening. But I guess ideally, early morning is a better time to exercise, right? When you're exercising and your skin starts to itch, that's happened to me once a really long time ago. That's most likely because your blood, I don't know what's the medical term, but your blood not clean, I guess, or your pores, something like that. I'm not too sure. Yeah, the exercises for the seniors. If you think you could sit, and do it, some stuff you have to do standing, right? But the stuff with your arms and so on, those stuff you could probably do sitting if it is you are not able to. Yeah, that's about it. Yes,
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Diet. I saw your the calf raises. I saw your lovely demonstration, and now I know why your calves are that size. I'm joking. Well done. We appreciate that. We really appreciate that. All right. And for even for the seniors and the young ones, it's always good if you have some friends you can do it with to give you some motivation. You know, it's really always good. Have a friend. You know, you could say, hey, Gil, because since we can't meet up now, hey boy, let me go on Zoom and just, you know, if we can really help each other. All right, we can feed off that energy. All right. I want to thank everyone who's here. Welcome everyone. If you just came in, I'm seeing Sophia there. Lovely to see you. Appreciate it. Yes, well done. So at this point, we're going to move quickly along. All right. So, but we need you all to stay on, okay? Because we are having now, last 2 weeks we had a game show and people loved it. So we're going to have a little segment on that. Right? Who wants to be a Christianaire? We're going to have Kira and Alicia doing that. But right after that, we have a cooking segment. You need all to stay on for that. All right. It's going to be lovely. You're going to learn how to make some few breakfast dishes. So you need all to stay on for that. All right. And maybe someone can win a breakfast meal this week. All right. We'll see. So right now we'll be having Kieran with Who Wants to Be a Christian at the Game Show. Kieran, take it away.
All right. Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Sabbath. Hope you're all doing well. All right, so we did this game 2 weeks ago on a larger scale. So this week is a little more expedited. So instead of the full 15 questions, about 5 questions obviously set, but they'll be randomized. And the players will also be randomized. And I'll be assisted by my lovely co-host, Alicia, who will spin the wheel. And my other co-host, Nikki, she will be monitoring the chat to see how the responses are, all right?
Hi, guys.
Yeah, so just to recap the rules. So you have 3 lifelines, right? So if you think you're not confident in the answer, you could phone a friend, but the friend will be somebody who's also on the chat. So you call them, essentially putting them on the spot, but hopefully they can help you. The other one is the 50-50, so 2 answers will be eliminated. And then you'll have to choose A or B. And then the last one is the group. You could go with the group consensus. If you choose that one, everyone in the chat will submit what answer they think is correct. And then if you agree with them, then you choose it. And if not, then you can still go with your answer, okay? So those are the rules. And don't be shy to participate. It's not about embarrassing anyone. It's just about some good Christian fun. And it's a good way to do Bible study. So if we'll go straight into it, and we will spin the wheel for our first participant. So Alicia, tell us who's playing first.
All right, so Kieran, you can go ahead and do the screen share so we can see the wheel. So this wheel randomly lands on a participant. We've added all the participants thus far, and the wheel is going to select a lucky contestant. So hold on to your seat. It just might be you. Coming up in just a few seconds. Now, if the wheel lands on your name, you will have the opportunity to play the game, and then your name will be eliminated from the wheel, so you cannot be selected again. So someone else will have an opportunity to play the game. All right, so Kieran, you can go ahead and spin that wheel, and let's see who will be our first contestant. So did it land on COVID-19? We actually were chatting about this privately, that there is actually somebody with the name COVID-19. So I'm not sure. Okay, we spun again. We're a bit fearful of that name. We're not sure if it's a hacker or a legitimate person. So we have Alicia. That's the first name that's spun there. So let's get Alicia.
Alicia, come on down.
Is she still in the chat?
Alicia, if you're there, you could unmute your mic.
Alicia is there. I'm not seeing her in the list of participants. She may have left. So you want to give the wheel a spin again?
All right, so we're going to spin again.
Yeah. Let's see, who will it be? Right, and we have all right, there's a slight delay in the wheel, but it's gonna land on the name in just under 10 seconds. Can you see a name yet, Kieran?
No, Dennis. Dennis?
Dennis. Let's see, is Dennis still with us?
Dennis,
Okay, Dennis has left. So the list of participants were added a few minutes ago. So I know persons will be joining and leaving. We want to go with the nearest person to Dennis. How about Denise? Denise Thompson, over to you. First question to Denise.
All right, so Denise, you could unmute your mic.
I don't think Denise Thompson has a mic. I'm not sure if she can use someone else's phone. Denise Thompson, if you're hearing us, you could probably, I'm not sure if you could use another phone. But you could probably go to the next.
We will probably revert to the chat.
You could probably go to the other person. I'm saying Denicia.
Yeah. Denicia. Okay, yeah, let's go with another Den, D-E-N. So Denicia.
Denicia, yeah?
Hi.
All right. So your question is, what two words follow Jesus' statement, I am the bread? Is it A, of life? Is it B, in life? C, and life? Or D, for life?
Trinidadian. Of life.
Can you repeat that?
Of life, yeah.
And that is absolutely correct. So round of applause. Good job, good job. And
well done.
The reference for this answer comes from John 6:35. So if anyone's wondering how you got it right, you can go to John 6:35, all right? So good job. We're moving on to the next question and the next participant.
All right, so let's see who's next.
Yeah, Alicia, tell us who's next.
Okay.
Annette.
Annette. Our lucky contestant is Annette. I can see you in the chat, so take it away. Yes, I see she has unmuted her microphone, so you could go ahead, Kieran, and ask her the questions.
All right, Annette, are you there? Hello?
Okay, so Annette may be having some technical difficulties. Annette, we will come back to you. So let's spin the wheel and let's get one other contestant. So this is just a heads up for all the other participants. Make sure that your microphone is connected and working because it just might be you next.
All right, Claire.
Claire, I know this is nerve-wracking for some of you guys, but don't worry, the questions are very easy. Claire Edwards.
And you have the options to get your friends to help you answer. So it's not, you're not really on the spot. Because the entire chat can help you out. So Claire, are you there?
I'm seeing her in the chat. We're just waiting to see if she can join the audio. Yes, welcome.
Are you Claire?
Are you Claire? Claire, love it. Good one, Kieran.
Thank you. That's why I like it. So what patriarch was promised the land of Canaan by God? Was it A, Noah, B, Abraham, C, Moses, or D, Joseph?
I will guess it's Abraham.
And Claire, that is absolutely correct. Good job.
Congratulations.
All right, and the answer for that is backed up by Genesis 17, 3-8. So Claire is definitely doing her Bible study. So good job.
Yes.
So we're going to the next participant.
Great, setting the right example.
Just before you all move on, we're gonna ask everyone who is on the chat to please not prompt the answer. The answers are for only those who are chosen from our wheel. Thank you.
Yeah, there will be a chance where you could put the answer, but that'll be when indicated.
Yes, correct. Thank you for that. No prompting, guys. All right, let's see who's next. Who's it gonna be?
Who do we have next?
Kelvin. Is there a Kelvin among us?
Is there a Kelvin?
All right. Is this Kelvin King? And Kelvin King has an audience in the background enjoying some comedy.
So Kelvin has his supporters.
Kelvin, are you doing stand-up comedy there and entertaining your guests? All right, so go ahead and ask the question. I think he's there with us.
All right, so Kelvin, your question is, what is Jesus's 10th miracle? Was it A, he cleansed a man with leprosy? B, he healed a man who was unable to breathe? C, he heals a man's withered hand on the Sabbath? Or D, he heals a paralytic let down from
We're getting some feedback from Kelvin. You want to check to make sure there are no other connected devices to the meeting that could be interfering with the audio. All right, so just do a quick check on that, and then you can go ahead and answer the question.
All right, so which lifeline you want to choose, Kelvin?
50-50.
50-50? All right, so A and B are both incorrect.
What was Jesus' 10 commandments?
Okay, so Kelvin is getting help from his son.
So A and B are both incorrect. So your choices would be between C
What
and
was...
We have Kelvin Jr. in the house there.
As good as the family support.
And the young one shall lead them.
Amen.
Okay, so let's give them a countdown. 10 seconds.
All right, so the answer is between C
I
and
still
D.
have no idea, so I'll go with C here.
You going with C?
Okay, so let's give them a countdown. 10 seconds.
Guys, just give up.
Is that your
Oh, that's not the spirit.
No. You don't give up on
You have to keep trying until you succeed.
I was Googling the thing.
If first you don't succeed, all you have to do is try again.
Google is not allowed. Sandra sold them out. All right, so are you guys going with C? I heard C. We're gonna lock C in as the answer.
Yes, let's lock it in. I think they're
okay.
Agreed on that answer.
So C is actually correct. So
wow.
Good job. You see, so just when you guys were about to give up, you guys got the correct answer, and that is a little mini testimony right there. Jesus is always on time. So even when you wanted to give up, you got the answer correct. So good job. Don't give up. And the answer for that comes from Matthew 12, 9-14, Mark 3, 1-6, and Luke 6, 6-11. So we're going to have 2 more questions, and we're going to see who our last 2 players are. So Alicia, tell us who's playing.
Okay. I'm hoping persons have not left the chat. So if it lands on their name, they will still be here to participate. Let's see who's up next. Okay, so we have an acronym. I wonder what does that stand for? SPB. Let's see, is SPB still with us? I think SPB has left.
SPB has left.
How do you pronounce that? SPB? SPB, yeah. Okay, let's move on. Spin the wheel again. SPB is no longer among us. Okay, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? And our next contestant is Maud, M-A-U-D. Maud, are you with us? And Maud has left. All right, so what we can do, Maud has left. Nikish, you want to check? We're going to ask whoever is the first person to post in the chat is going to get an opportunity to play right now. So Nikish is going to look out for that person, and whoever is the first to respond, you have that opportunity to play the game right now.
So Nikish, you'll tell us who is playing next.
Thank you. Yep, I'm looking out.
I see Stavun raised his hand as well, so maybe he could go after.
Okay, so we have Joel and then we have Stephen Ryan Turpin.
All right,
so let's go Joel and then we'll go with Stephen Ryan Turpin.
Yeah, so Stephen will close us off. All right, so Joel,
okay, great. So Joel, your name is a Bible name, so you should get this answer correct, right?
By God's grace.
Joel, not a while here, but you dominated the first question in the last game, you know. So you're here to reclaim your prize, you know. Joel won a trip home and food prepared by his mom.
Well, was it a one-way or a wrong trip?
Yeah, it was a one-way. Yeah,
one-way. Yeah. Those are the best, right? When you don't get to come back.
Yeah, yes, sponsored by Lockdown Airlines. All right, so Joel, your question is, what Philistine idol fell over and broke in pieces when the Ark of the Covenant was placed nearby? A serpent, B, a lion, C, a dragon, D, a woman. So remember, you could use your lifelines. So you could use 50-50, phone a friend, or you could ask the audience.
I'll take 50-50.
All right, so B and D are both wrong, so the answer is between A and C.
Oof. I'll take out from the chat.
So what you're gonna go with?
I'll use my next lifeline. I want the chat to help me because I lost.
Okay, so chat, he has called upon you. So everybody at this time, please go to the chat and type which answer you think it is, and that'll be either A or C. So Nikish could probably tell us the direction that the chat is leaning, and Joel, you could check as well. And then you would tell us if you agree with the chat or if you're going with your own.
What I remember is that it was Dagon. It was half person, half person, half
fish.
You know, I'm gonna go with A. I'm gonna go with A.
Is the final answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A.
Joel, I'm really sorry, but the answer was C. So, but that was a close one because sometimes, you know, people could misconstrue serpent and dragon. But still, wrong number for Joel. That was a really
dragon was the answer. So the idol that fell over was a dragon idol.
Yeah,
was it dragon or Dagon?
Dagon was the name of the idol.
I think that may be a typo, Kieran, is it?
Yeah, most likely a typo, but yeah. So the answer was C. Yeah.
So should we give him that point then? Maybe?
What do you say? Do we give him it?
He could get another round trip to
That's a stretch.
Okay, so for time's sake, because I'm getting some cues from Cleon that we maybe run out of time, we're gonna take Stevlin as the last person.
Yes, we're gonna go to the last question. And the board will make an agreement with Joel after. So Stevlin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Nice. So your question is, what priestly garment did David use to ask God whether he should pursue the Amalekites who had kidnapped two of his wives? Was it A, a priestly sash, B, the turban, C, the priestly breastplate, D, the priestly ephod? And again, you have your 3 lifelines.
Okay, I like to use my 50-50 lifeline.
All right, so
do we still have 50-50 lifelines left?
Well, they renew for each new player.
Yeah, they renew. Okay.
Yeah, they renew for each
Just checking.
Yeah, so the 2 answers that are out are A and C. So your answer will be between B and D.
Okay. Could I go to the chat?
Yeah, you could also do that. So
okay.
So chat, Stevlin has called on you, so it's between B and D. So please give your responses, and Nikish will monitor the chat and see where you're leaning. And then Stevlin could choose if he wants to go with the chat or his own intuition.
Okay, well, I'm going with the chat, and the majority of them is saying D. Saying D.
Right.
D.
Okay, guys, put it in the chat instead of shout it out, so there'll be no confusion. Put it in the chat.
All right, Stevlin, and that is absolutely correct. So good job.
Well done.
Well done, chat, and well done, Stevlin. So that was the last question. So that means Stevlin is the big winner this afternoon.
Yay!
You just want to trip via lockdown airways to your house, and food prepared by your wife, and I guess your daughters, they would contribute some juice or something like that. So good job.
All inclusive.
Yeah, all inclusive. So again, to everybody, just to encourage us to continue Bible study. So thanks for playing, and I hope you had a good one. And back to you, Cleon.
Back to you, Cleon. Thanks, guys.
Well done, well done. Thank you so much, Kieran and Alicia, and also Nikish. All right, so moving quickly along to our last segment, we're just going to deal with cooking tips. All right, so we're going to put you on right now to Daniel Otley. I hope I am saying and pronouncing your name properly. Daniel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, could we see you? Let me see. Is your video on?
Thank you.
I'll be able to see her.
Right, hi guys. Y'all can like hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So today,
You're cooking.
Okay, we're not
Okay, we
hearing
can't hear
you.
now.
Not hearing you.
No, not hearing.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. So it's just to get away from the same thing you're eating over and over again. we're going to be making some apple cinnamon pancakes, okay? Okay, so to start off.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
Start
still,
off, you know, you always wash your hands. I already washed my hands.
So,
Before you cook anything, wash your hands, especially in this COVID-19 situation, right? And so we're going to start. So we have in this bowl 2 cups of flour. We have some sugar, baking powder, and a little bit of salt in this bowl here. And now we're going to mix it. This is our dry ingredients. Now we're going to put 1.5 cups of milk.
I hope I'm not seeing it. Okay.
And a half. You can also use almond milk or whatever milk that you choose to use. I decided to use evaporated milk today. Then crack an egg. Ensure no shells end up in your mixture. And you want to just stir all of that together until it's combined but still a bit lumpy. It should be getting thick. Then you're going to add in your apple and cinnamon. Now this is just apples cut up into small cubes and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon powder. I'm just going to throw that into the mixture and continue mixing for a little bit until everything is combined. And the last step, you're going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter that is melted and cooled. And gently mix it because you don't want to over mix your batter. And after we do that, we are just going to leave it to rest for 5 to 10 minutes. After you let it rest, well, while you're letting it rest, you just want to heat up your pan, your pot, your griddle, whatever you use to cook your pancakes. And there you have it. So I made some ahead of time. And this is what they should look like, you know, golden brown. If you want it darker, you can make it darker, leave it a little longer on the stove if you want, but this is how they look. Right, and you could top it with anything you want. You could use jam, you could use syrup, you can use fruits, honey, whatever is your preference. You could go ahead and switch it up to however you like it. Now the second thing will be our fruit smoothies. So we have a blender here, and we have these are some apples that were cut into cubes and put into the freezer. We have some bananas that were also cut up and put into the freezer. And we have some mangoes. Now we're coming into mango season, so this should be readily available to most people who have mango trees or access to a mango tree. And we also have some orange pineapple concentrate juice. All right, so you just add as much as you want. And then you cover it. And blend until it is smooth. Now, some people might like milk in their smoothies. If you want to use almond milk, those people who want to use skim milk, whole milk, whatever milk you want to use, you could use that kind of milk. I do not use milk, so I will not be putting any milk into my smoothie. It's just fruit. Or if you want as well, you could put honey or condensed milk in it if you want, but I'm not going to do that. And we should be finished. And this is our finished product. So as you all can see, that did not take 10 minutes. So it's very quick and easy. Something if you're looking to do something a little different, you know. So now we're going to have a taste test. So I have a pancake here, and I have on it some jam, or you could use syrup. This is homemade strawberry jam, right? Let's cut a piece, you know. Yum, delicious. And you know, you drink. So that's all, guys. I hope you have fun trying all these recipes, you know, and you'll let me know how it goes. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, she doesn't have a question. Thank you so much. Does anyone have a question? Quick question before we close off and say our closing prayer? Anyone? You can put it. Any questions? Well, I think I had a question. Could you use what you guys doing? Oh, somebody asked if you're doing deliveries.
Well, if you all would like to come and collect these pancakes, these are lots of pancakes here. If you all want to come and collect it and you know where I live, you can feel free. I'll meet you by the gate and I'll give you the pancakes.
All right, lovely. All right, so I think we may go through some of the winners maybe from the game and we'll see if we could distribute that. All right, so thank you so much, Daniel. You were a big help. And everyone, I guess you could just amend if with different milk or whatever you want to use. Thank you so much. Please keep somebody smoothie for me as well. Thanks.
No problem.
All right, so well done. So we have come to the end. It is 6:30 now. We had a wonderful Sabbath, but I wanted us to leave with something. All right, now there's a text here, Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. So I have been trying since the beginning. It was ready for us to realize that we need to take care of ourselves. All right? We have this body and God gave us this gift and we can't just let it go to waste. All right? We can't just say, well, God coming soon, so I can do whatever I want. No. How you take care of yourself actually shows your relationship with Christ. Because remember, he gave a lot of advice to us in the Bible. So really and truly, it was ready for us to see the importance of taking care of ourselves. Many time, maybe even in church activities, some people may see these things as being vain or loving yourself too much. Now that is where God comes in, so we can see the balance that we need to have. All right. So some people usually will want to probably overdo certain things and go and do your nails probably every week or but really it's about how essential it really is. That's a word that we throw about very loosely nowadays, essential. But I think once we have that relationship with Christ, we will know what we need to really be comfortable. Because as I said before, even for spreading the gospel or for being a good friend or a good family member, we need to be healthy ourselves. All right? A preacher cannot preach properly if he has had problems, if you understand what I'm saying. So you need to take care of yourself so that you can actually share your wisdom with others. All right. So I really hope that y'all took some of the tips, and even if it wasn't right down your alley, maybe something else was down your alley, or you could have taken it to help somebody else. We really want y'all to leave with these different tips that you could even try it. And don't be afraid to reach out to us if you need to probably get some more information. I have the numbers of everyone who presented today. And again, this will be on YouTube. All right. I think you just type in Aruka SDA on YouTube and you'll be able to see this entire video. So you could just skip to the part that you wanted to see because it was all recorded. All right. By our very own Ife Murray. All right. So we have come to the end. Nikish, I want to put you on a little, on the spot just a little bit to just sing a closing song for us. Probably, is the day already over? Yes, it's probably a little over now. But Nikish Graham, if you could just close off with a song, and then I will pray, and we will all enjoy the rest of our Saturday afternoon. All right, so we could try now the day is over, because where I am, the day is kind of just now over, right? So we could try that, Nikish, and we'll all make sure our mics are muted so that, yes, we are hearing you.
Let me just get the words. All right, good day, everyone. So let's turn to song number 52. Now the day is over. All right, we'll go together after 4, 3, 4. Now the day is over. Night is drawing nigh, shadows of the evening steal across the sky. Father, give the weary calm and sweet repose. With thy tenderest blessing, may our eyelids close. Through the long night watches, may thine angels spread their white wings above me, watching round my bed.
Thank you so much, Nikish. All right, thank you so much. That's another AY leader. All right, so we are going to pray now. Pray attention everywhere. Lord, we thank you for being with us this afternoon. We thank you this evening. We thank you for all the presentations that were made. And we know that you were here with us. We know that you gave us this body, Lord, and we were made after you, and you have commissioned us to take care of it. We ask that we share this information, Lord, with any one of our friends or anyone that we think we could benefit from it. We ask you to give us peace of mind through this uncertain time that we are going through, Lord. We know that you can give us the peace and joy and happiness that we need in this time, Lord. to set us apart from others. Why other people are complaining about the economy or being home, we can show that we are joyful because we know that these things have to come to pass for you to come again. So we ask you to continue to be with us, Lord. Once again, give us that peace and that joy that we could spread with others. Help us to not just listen to some of the presentations, but actually implement it, Lord. Let's learn to exercise. Let's encourage each other. Take care of our skin, take care of our hair, take care of all these things that we can be light for you, Lord, in this dark, dark world. Thank you for everyone who participated, and continue to be with us for the rest of tonight and this week. Until next time, thank you, Lord Jesus. Amen. Amen, everyone. All right, so I want to thank everyone who participated. The long list from everyone. Once you start calling names, you usually leave out. All right, so everyone who participated this evening, I want to thank you so much. Once again, you can look on the YouTube and you can see the replay. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all the love. Thank you. I want to say hi to my auntie Hannah Alexander. She is all the way in Canada. Thank you so much for being here. And all those who are not in Trinidad and beyond, thank you so much for taking your time out to be with us. All right, so we'll try to have this every Saturday. Look out for information concerning the link and so forth. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye. Like and subscribe.
We
need our online games night, please.
Yes, we will plan one.
We are looking. You see what's in my. All right, we are definitely looking into it. All right, trust me. We just want to make sure that it will work properly. All right.
Party. Okay.
All need to quarantine.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly. She's not actually here. Don't worry. This is a hologram.
Technology kind of put these videos together. All right.
Nikki, tell Kelsha hi for my wishes. Anyway, all right, bye.
She is watching. Trust, I know she is. I will. Hi, Ashley.
All right, bye.
Great job, Clear and Ashley. Y'all enjoyed it.
Thank you.
You're an excellent job, Nikish. It was fun. Y'all have an enjoyable night.
Yeah, great job, Alicia, as well. Great hosting. Nice.
Team effort. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Kieran. Take care.